Welcome back to the channel, RacerX here, and I am back with my good buddies at Gearheads Automotive in Mansfield, Texas. Obviously, we know that they are working on my twin-turbo Mustang here, which is kind of why I came over, but they actually have another really cool car that I wanted to show you, and it's very rare indeed. So I'm actually going to show that to you today. I'm looking forward to it. If you're new to my channel, do me a gigantic favor, hit subscribe for me. I have all sorts of fun content coming up. Also, I have changed my name on Instagram to RacerX Official, so you can find me there on Instagram. Hit the notification bell for more great content, and here we go. And here it is. That is the SMS Challenger 570X, and believe it or not, this is actually what I would consider to be the Hellcat before the Hellcat ever came out. This vehicle is actually from 2010. I had no idea that this thing even existed, and what's even more puzzling to me is this is made by Saleen, and I always thought Saleen pretty much just did Mustang stuff. I was wrong. Apparently they do Challenger stuff as well, because they have a 570 and a 570X, which is what this one is. So I want to show you all about this car. It is actually really, really cool. Now, before we actually get into the engine and the specs on this car, I just want to give you a really quick look at just how sharp this thing is. As I mentioned, this is a 2010 made by Saleen. So, I mean, the green is actually quite striking, very unique, and I believe all of the 570Xs were actually this color. You can see it does have that extended splitter on it, actually very reminiscent of what the what they look like today. Some of the extended SRT spoilers or the extended Scat Pack and Hellcat spoilers, they actually look very similar to this. And you can see the carbon fiber rear diffuser back here. You can see it does say SMS back here on the back. It may be a little hard to tell with the shadow on the car, but this is indeed a 570X, and they did make a 570 as well. Here is a quick look at the interior on the 570X. This actually has different gauges that come from SMS. You can see right down here on the floor mat. The seats are a little bit different. They had quite a few little custom touches that they put on this car to sort of make it unique on the interior. Now let me show you the engine really quick. So here is the moneymaker on the Saleen or the SMS 570X. And this is actually the upper level trim of the two that they offered. This is the 700 horsepower offering. They did make the regular 570, which made 500 horsepower, still quite a bit. Obviously, by today's standards, we've been very, very spoiled, but you can see supercharged. This is the 5.7 liter Hemi inside this thing. Very, very clean and purpose-built inside here. Really a gorgeous install on this. You can see, obviously, you got the pulley right there on the front, but when you really take a look at this and you compare it to the modern day Hellcat, 700 horsepower versus 707, obviously we know that this is a slightly smaller engine, a 6.2 in the Hellcat versus the 5.7 displacement on this one. This one creates a little bit more boost, but you've got that supercharger sitting right on the top, and I really have to believe that maybe Dodge took a page out of the playbook of these guys just to kind of make the Hellcat. Like I said, I didn't even know this thing was out there. Well, it is in fact out there. I think these things were right around $70,000 sticker price, but an absolute gorgeous install, gorgeous engine bay in the 570X, and these are very rare. Here is a quick look at the gauges in the 570X. Of course, we do know that this is not a current Charger or Challenger, but you do get the custom gauges that do say SMS on them right there. You do get a couple of gauges here, including your boost gauge. Over here on the dash, you do get a really cool feature. Steve Saleen, of course, has signed this. You do get a dash plaque there that's serialized as well. So a really nice place to sit in the 570. And the front of this car is actually a little bit different looking than the normal Challenger as well. So you can see some of the other 570 kind of body pieces here. A little bit more aero on this car than the standard Challenger, which is another nice feature of this. One other notable feature of the 570X is the fact that it comes with bigger brakes, certainly bigger calipers, a little bit nicer rotors there. You do get a bigger 20-inch wheel. You do get better tires on this particular package as well. Now, one of the neatest features about the 570X is these vents in the side. This is very unique to this vehicle. Supposedly, this was one of the hardest things for Saleen to kind of get down and get right, was these vents. But watch what happens when you actually rev it. When you give it some accelerator, check this out. Here we go. How cool is that? Well, I wanted to keep today's video pretty short, but I definitely feel like this is a noteworthy car, the 570X, obviously made by Saleen of all people. It's crazy that they made something that goes on a Challenger, but a very, very neat car indeed. Like I said, this thing really is the Hellcat before the Hellcat ever came out, 5 years before. So pretty neat vehicle indeed. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below, and I'll catch you on the next one. So until then, RacerX.